today we're going to be going over photosynthesis, and so we want you to be able to explain the significance of the photosynthesis model, so we want you to be able to interpret the model that I'm going to be handing out, and then we have a Google Doc, so everyone will need, I think there's one representative for each group. They'll need to get on Google Doc, and we have some questions for you to follow through, so you guys will be team 1, and team 2, you guys can work together, and then team 3. Does that work? Okay, so our goal of this, or the question we want you to be able to answer at the end is how is energy transferred from the sun into living systems? Okay, so here is models.
Yeah, so some of the vocabulary on there that might be a little tough to understand are the Calvin cycle and the photosystem 1 and 2, and then some of the other words like Rubisco and things that are just big fancy words that you don't need to worry about right now. If you can open up your Google Doc and get in, I would appreciate that. That when we get started. Basically, photosystem 1 is just the first part of photosynthesis. It's where the cell captures the energy, and then it makes things needed for the Calvin cycle, and the Calvin cycle is what takes those things and makes sugars. So if you can just take your groups, and we really want you guys to start doing these things on your own. We want you to start looking at these models, interpreting it for yourself, and then thinking about it for yourself, and deciding about what those means. So in your groups, if you could just look at your models, try to interpret them, and start answering these questions, we can get started. Sorry, and then we can walk around and help you guys out. Using the Google Docs is cool because when one person is writing, you guys can see what's going on, and so you can use each other's answers to answer the things. I'm gonna stop talking now. So if you guys get started.
You guys are team 1, team 2, and team 3. So you guys will need team, for the answer your second question, you will need team 2's answer the first question. Okay?
Explain the role of light.
One cell is taken one section, release out to the other group, another section, see what goes in the first section. And then you guys would leave. So you guys might have a boring table, maybe 2, so the other guys get it figured out. But basically, they're going to correct you, it's kind of like jigsaw strings. They're going to be experts.
So the energy, the sunlight goes into the photos.
If you guys can use a different color,
which releases ATP and NADPH, which goes into
you can
the Calvin cycle.
comments.
Hey, Mr. Mason, she didn't get added to the Google Doc.
All right, let's fix that.
Which stage you know?
Hannah, you might try getting out and getting back in too.
Did you include it? Oh, it's going to be just the link into those, so then get back to the systems.
You need to figure it out.
Kind of, sort of. Don't really know what it means.
What? You're a science major? Dang. You guys are super boring. But there's like a problem over here with team 2 associated with science. Did you guys get in team 2? Still no? Okay, how about this? You guys are now team 2. Can you start answering number 2? And then you guys are going to be team 3, okay? Team 3 has to wait a little bit for team 1 and 2 to get started anyway, so that'll give us a little bit of time.
Let them know their questions.
Yeah, see your question. If you look on the board, you can see it. The question's down here. Wait a little bit, and they're going to answer. And then you guys are
was the question? Oh,
So basically,
well, it's light fusion with
We're doing-
H2O to produce oxygen.
I don't know what this is.
This part of the calculus.
We're doing a jigsaw, so they're gonna become experts in one section, they're gonna become experts in one section, they're gonna share their information, and then you guys are gonna try to put it all together based on what you learned from that.
Use the information
In
from
the Google Docs.
two, to the following.
So-
What happened to the cells?
I'm gonna try to add somebody else.
If they were, if there was a breakdown in the Calvin cycle, the cell could not produce its own sugar.
Who can I add as a visitor?
It's the sugars.
Yeah,
Is that
but
you?
that answered.
We answered type one. We're just waiting for that.
You could try to check. Yeah, it's just a key back there. P-E-N-N-Y-B-A-C-K.
Couldn't produce its own sugar. Then we would
Yeah.
have
Do I need to start now?
Google Docs app.
the photosystem.
You guys have the Google Docs app?
Photosystem wouldn't be able to.
It's so crazy.
Is this working?
This is what would happen to these cells, which would in turn,
They're basically not being right.
It combines with water in
It says it's shared with you guys, so you should be able to see. Just go to like share. Hey, party! Yay! Cool.
Make sure that team one gets some.
Right. So can you guys see team two? Yes. Easier popping up? It's exciting. No, it's fun. This is pretty cool though, right? That you can like see that.
and it shows who's typing too.
Right, that's cool. So you guys can like learn from them and try to use the information that they're giving to like help further answer your questions. Is the goal. We'll all learn from one another. Can you what? Yes. You guys get this figured out? Cool.
Yeah, I think we got it. We're
Yeah, great.
Basically,
These days.
well, if it's producing sugars, then these would be the sugars back,
Yeah,
so
my,
these would
that
stop
is
working also.
jigsaw.
Right?
There's a little, it would take some more practice to get good at it.
It's a pretty simple thing.
Radiology, so. Yep, so now group three. So now group three, you guys just need to use team one and two's information. So when you guys get stuck, I can even like give you hints without saying anything. Like I can type in here, Calvin cycle provides necessary molecules for life. Right? And so that's like a clue about what the Calvin cycle also does with photosystem 1 and how they each play into each other.
So is everyone kind of getting finished up?
You guys can, if you're not done.
Yeah.
Just go. Great. What do you guys think?
I think we got it.
So more specifically, you can look at this and you can say, if the cell received a failed to receive sunlight, then this would work. which means it wouldn't get an ATP or an ADPH, which means this would have a chance of working, which means it would be. Does that make sense? So really what would happen is
Yeah, go for it.
just because it can't continue.
Yeah, it says
So
that
you get
if there's a breakdown in the Calvin cycle, the cells cannot produce their own sugars, there's not enough function as well. And would die.
Are we wrong? Let's get all finished.
You guys are a team. Carbon dioxide.
Good, yeah. So it's like,
How does
The
this-
whole thing of like, the light independent need, or like light independent needs, like, so they all work together, it's really like, help me out.
This actually this. Alright, it's kind of backwards. It takes some light and aligns up this side. It's this, that aligns up this and this, which this, it needs ATP and ADH to make sugar. Glucose goes into the actual cell, it goes out of the forefront. So it goes out of the forefront. So it's pretty. Team 3, you guys need some help? Alright. Okay. While you're typing, I'm just going to chat a little bit. Feel free to keep going. So basically, the goal of this was for you guys to look at the model and to understand kind of what was happening using each other's information. It was a little rusty. We'll keep practicing. We'll get better at it. But Team 1, you guys did a great job. The photosystems take in water and light and in turn produce ATP and NADPH, which goes into the Calvin cycle. And the Calvin cycle eventually produces ADP and NADPH back to the photosystems. That's great. So basically what they're saying is the Calvin cycle powers the photosystem cycle, and the photosystem cycle powers the Calvin cycle. And then the next part, you guys said if there's a breakdown in the Calvin cycle, the cells could not produce their own sugars, and they would stop, and they would die, and it would be sad because we all love our plants. But yes, that's true, they would die. And the next part, you guys said the Calvin cycle, carbon dioxide enters the cell, this combines with water, and it produces energy for the light, and then eventually we put it all together in Team 3. To be able to study it. Next Monday for the pop quiz that we got coming up, so get ready for that.
So let's go ahead and answer the essential question. Okay, so how is energy transferred in the living systems from the sun? How?
Chemical reaction.
Just throw out science words. No, you guys said it. You said it all in here. It's just, it takes in the light, and the light powers one thing, which powers another thing, which makes sugar. So basically, it literally takes light, kind of like this, from the cell, and turns it into sugar like you would eat, which is just incredible. Kind of blows my mind. Are there any questions from anyone? Ted?
Which type of light?
Which type of light? Light from the sun.
Good job.
Thanks.